Hey everyone, welcome back to this Developing with OpenXR tutorial series. On the last video, we looked at building for PC, so in this one, we're going to look at building for Android. First off, we're going to cover just a bit of prep and prerequisites. We did have some prerequisites on the first video in this series, so have a look at that specifically for Android Studio if you haven't already. We're also going to look at the Meta OpenXR Mobile SDK, which we're going to be using for this tutorial, and then off to building with Android Studio. I've intentionally left some issues with the initial build here, so we can cover that as well. All right, so I guess let's get on with it. So once you have the OpenXR Mobile SDK downloaded, just open it up and simply grab the OpenXR folder here. Just doing a Control-C, and under OpenXR provider _v2 from the GitHub repo, go to OpenXR _provider, third party. Here you'd want to create a new folder and must be named exactly this, OpenXR _meta. That, and just drop that in there. You only need to do this once. So I just couldn't distribute the Meta Mobile SDK here for license reasons. And yeah, so it's also always better to just grab the latest from their website. All right, so next up, we'll open up Android Studio. So just click on Open. And from the repo, you could already see that Android Studio recognizes these as Android projects. So sample one, hello, is what we're interested in. So click OK. And this will load for a bit, like a couple of minutes, first time you're opening it. Once Android Studio is finished with opening the project, let's do a quick test build, see if everything's working. So you can see here that it's spitting out an error saying that CMake was not found in the SDK path or CMake.tier property. We do know that it is in the path, but sometimes for some reason Android Studio isn't quite able to access it. So what we're going to do is go to Tools, SDK Manager, and go to the SDK Tools tab and make sure that CMake is enabled there. Click OK, OK. And just let that download. Hit on finish, and you need to restart Android Studio. All right, so let's do the build again and see what happens. So once that's done, should have build successful in here. And as you can see, I already have my device enabled, and I just need to click run sample one hello from here, and that should kick off the install process to the device and as well as run it. All right, so let's just have a look at logcat and just do OpenXR provider. So you can see that we've got OpenXR provider in here, right? And instance created, and the runtime is the Oculus version 50, which is the Oculus OpenXR mobile SDK that we just downloaded. All right, so that's pretty much it for building in Android as well as running it in your headset. You can do the same steps for all of the different demos that are part of the repo. So in the next video, we'll recreate the demo that we've just been playing around for the past couple of tutorials. In the process, we're going to look at the anatomy of an OpenXR application, and we'll zoom in a lot closer to what an OpenXR instance is and what its life cycle is. All right, so I hope to meet you then. See you.